Welcome back to Jesters of Middle-earth, where a group of comedians try to destroy the One Ring. The Fellowgroup met to discuss their upcoming journey to Mordor. Gandalf brought out the Fellowship of the Ring on DVD, complete with a handwritten note from Peter Jackson to one of the film's actors. And the troupe decided to explain away the synopsis as an alternate path that their journey could take. As they made their final preparations, Adam made an enemy of Glorfindel. Guy was disappointed to find Arwen, only to learn she was looking for Tyler. And Arwen gave Tyler his sword, reforged, as a parting gift. They finally departed from Rivendell. But will everyone in the Fellowgroup make it through the Mines of Moria alive? I doubt it.
Okay.
Player guy. And we're getting pointed at. Hey.
Hey!
How's it going, gang?
Oh, hi!
Happening.
I didn't see you there. Boy, my family, what a bunch of characters. I'm just going to do a one-man show now.
Yay.
What are you doing in my bedroom?
Happy post-Thanksgiving to our American friends.
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
regular December week to our Canadian and international friends.
Also post-Thanksgiving, I guess, for Canada still.
I guess, yeah, that's
Technically.
technically true.
A ways out.
Anyway, it's December. There's snow here. Maybe there's snow where you are. Maybe there isn't. It doesn't matter because tonight we're all in Middle-earth, where there's occasionally snow and occasionally the rolling green fields of New Zealand. In any case, I am your Lord Master Tom McGee. Welcome back, everybody. We missed you last week. We hope you all had a wonderful week, and you enjoyed some lovely streaming that Tyler and Laura have been doing over the course of this whole time. And congrats to Tyler on his big victory from last night. Anyway, joining me here tonight, we've got Tyler Hewitt, we've got Adam McNamara, we have the return of the Dell. Back. And unfortunately, Guy Bradford is out sick. So we send Guy our love, and I look forward to trying to do his voices poorly, as I've been doing the other voices poorly for these many days.
You've been doing so good, Tom.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We Dells got to stick together, is what I've learned.
Right. That's right.
I look forward. You're better at the chaotic choices than I am, because I think in my head I'm like, I don't want to do you a disservice by having you do something out of character, and you're like, fuck yeah, wreck some shit. Here's some rings. So I'm glad we're back to that. I don't know, maybe I can flirt with myself as Guy and Arwen today. Maybe that'll be my shtick. Anyway, as you will recall, we have now left Rivendell, but a variety of things befell us before we did. There was the murder of Grungus in a house of ill repute. The team investigated this a bit, and suspicion fell on Yolo as a Hobbit-sized knife-wielding person. But Tyler also had some good heart-to-hearts with Yolo, and was a little on the fence about it. Arwen and Tyler kind of patched up their differences. Arwen admitting that she had some interest in Guy, but also some lingering interest in Tyler, and continues to find herself in a Betty and Veronica situation. Guy had a chance to talk with Arwen. It all went very well. There was a series, or I guess Jesters of Middle-earth series first smooch, which is very exciting. There's some blushing and some tee-hee-hees to be had. Everyone was re-equipped for the journey, but there is a lingering sense of danger and impending doom with murder coming to Rivendell. Also, of course, the accidental but no less tragic death of Adam's favorite NPC via poor rolling and murderous signs led Elrond to be deeply concerned that Rivendell had been compromised. And so the party got better equipped. You had a chat with Gandalf about the DVD, which was both interesting and concerning. In general, more questions than answers, but we are now on our way. Adam has been tasked with making contact with his kinfolk Balin in the Mines of Moria in Khazad-dûm in order to bring back some word of what's been going on there. That he's been out of contact for a bit. That's kind of strange. Plus, it is one of the faster ways to pass through the mountains, assuming you don't want to climb up half a mountain in the snow and then just decide you have to go back. which seems like it'd be a waste of your time and mine. So we won't be doing that. And so that is where we left things. To kick off today's session, we're going to be talking a little bit about the various upgrades people have got. Did I get everyone's character sheets done? No. Did I get a couple of character sheets done? I did. Ironically, the only one that's 110% done is Guy. So I get to benefit. But as I told everybody else, I opted for Nap to have a brain today rather than character sheets and no brain. And I couldn't remember Gandalf's name earlier, so like it was the right call, you know. It was the right call. Also, Del, you have of course returned. You and Guy were doing a lot of the investigation work. I know you've listened to the episodes, you're caught up, but do you have any questions before we begin, as you have been away for a hot second?
I don't think. Rest in peace, what, Mr. Dum Dums.
Tony Dum Dum.
Tony Dum Dum.
My heart was broken, I will say.
So was
my favorite and worst part of the whole thing.
Tony.
But no, I've been investigating with Guy. I've been hanging out with Gandalf. It's all solid. Tyler let me sleep in his room. I'm having a good time.
Great. I'm glad. Cool. Adam and Tyler, any questions on your front?
Now that I remember the name of the sword, I think I'm good.
I guess I asked for whiskey for Del.
Right.
Maybe I can clarify how much whiskey we have in the show.
Okay. Well, you've been kind of like squirreling. Yeah. I mean, maybe ask on air. That feels like an on air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Type
Just because
answer.
we're traveling a lot, so we need a lot of whiskey.
Yeah. She can't be sober while we're on the road.
Absolutely not.
We'll get lost. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to find a way? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough.
Yay!
All right. Well, in that case, my friends, I think it might just be time for us to return to Middle Earth. He remembered the cold. He remembered water surrounding him, freezing him. He remembered breathing it, feeling as his body became heavier with the water. He remembered thinking of needing to protect someone, of needing to survive. Not for YOLO, but for Sam, wherever he was in the world. If this world were to end, so too would he. And it was with that thought, as the light faded from Frodo Baggins' mind, that he clawed his way onto a shore, coughed out seemingly a small lake's worth of water. Cold, shaking, he began to drag himself in the direction that he thought he should go, hoping against hope that he would find his way back to the Fellowgroup of the Ring. Instead, he happened upon the wizard Gandalf, in quiet, hushed tones, speaking to an elf. He was explaining a strange object that he found, asking the elf, who seemingly had some experience with resurrection, some experience with the mysteries beyond the day-to-day, the mysteries that surround Middle-earth. Talk of something called a Lord of the Rings. Talk of a world where maybe, just maybe, he was a hero instead of a half-drowned, shivering, stabbed butler. The work of the shadow is insidious, and even on the most resolute mind, doubts begin to creep in. And so they did with Frodo Baggins, who began to learn piece by piece just how much had been taken from him, and how maybe he could get it back. After all, sometimes solutions are small, round, and made of gold. Precious things, you know? You have left Rivendell. Welcome back, Del. And unfortunately, Guy is unable to join us. He's out sick. So I will be playing the part of Guy Bradford on today and tomorrow's episodes. You are finally embarking on your journey, but I would be a bad lore master too cruel a DM if I didn't properly walk you through all of the upgrades you've received on your way out the door. Elrond promised you that he would not send you, the Fellowgroup of the Ring, out into the cold without proper gear. And so he has equipped you with some new stuff, as well as some character upgrades for some of you. And others continue to wonder exactly where your place in this strange world might be. So Tyler and Adam and Del, you will all find that you're now equipped with some new abilities, which we will hear about as we go. You have all leveled up to level 2. And as you've been seeing along the way, the world continues to adjust slightly to accommodate who you would have been in this world, as opposed to the humans from our world who stumbled into Middle Earth. Right. So I look forward to seeing those powers and abilities kind of reveal themselves on air as we go. You'll also note that some of your stats have changed. As your bodies continue to adjust. Tyler, I know you felt this with your sword arm feeling stronger and more sure. Adam, you felt this with waking up and being dwarf-sized. Like, everyone's had a different version of this, except for Del. But everyone else has had a version of this that has changed them and altered them in some way, shape, or form. So you may note that your statistics are a little bit different. Some of your skills have shifted as you learn more of who you were and the world around you begins to adjust. You may have an understanding of history that you previously did not. You may understand the traditions of the land better than you did. You may be able to hear. You may have people come up to you and explain whispers and rumors when you make it to settlements, just because they think they know who you are. There's all sorts of minor shifts that have occurred. Perhaps the most significant narratively, of course, being Tyler, that you now wield the reforged blade, the Blade of New Beginnings, which both based on sort of the history of Lord of the Rings, and also just on fun stuff that happens, is a very powerful sword indeed. So it's got some fun stats. They're on your sheet. So you're ready for that. So you find yourselves with new gear. All of you have better armor class, having been equipped properly with armor. You have more appropriate weapons. Of course, Adam, you received yours from the dwarves themselves. So as we've established, full warrior style stuff. Tyler, you continue to look more and more like a certain unnamed king who returns. Still wearing that dead man's cloak, though, so that's fun. Denethia is not wearing anything new. She's still in the same kind of DIY Soldier of Gondor mercenary gear that she was previously in, but has a spring in her step to be back on the road, and as per usual is just like ever so slightly too close to you at all times, Tyler. Just not in a close talker way, just in a bit of a when you just you feel like a slight chill and you're like,
my space. She's in my personal space.
No sense of bubble. So she's chilling there. Adam, your AC is considerably higher, as we discussed, from no longer wearing wet wool. You now have a proper suit of armor, your axe, and a shield.
Yeah.
You've also gained access to some dwarven warrior abilities in combat that we will see come out at an appropriate time. And Del, though you continue to feel more like yourself than you do, an elf or the heir of Isildur or a dwarf, weirdly, you do seem to be suffering's probably the wrong term, but maybe suffering from a bit of the bleed effect yourself from your conversations with Walker Texas Ranger and just from kind of palling around Gandalf. So similar to kind of what we've discussed earlier with Guy being able to just sort of naturally notice where a path through the woods goes. Based on a few conversations about what herbs and various things in the woods could be beneficial, you suddenly have a much better understanding of, and you've been doing a bit of this anyway, but in terms of what's edible, what has healing properties, what's poisonous. And it's just for some reason your brain is just jumping to those things. Now, admittedly, based on all the stage managers I've known, you may also just have this from stage management because you never know what an actor is going to eat backstage. It gets weird. But either way, you just find yourself suddenly more able to do that, and also equipped with armor. You've been handed. Your sword has been kind of polished and resharpened. And of course, you have your bow, which has been restrung and just a little more finely tuned. Of course, you still think of it as the thing you shot Walker in the eye with, but it's slightly better at things now. You know, it's got that one major notch on it from that. Guy is also better equipped, even though the elves have abandoned him. He gets a care package from Elrond. And there just seems to be like, Arwen just went the extra distance on making sure he has some good survival gear. So you notice him kind of adjusting a fine mithril vest under his cloak, moving it around. He's got a fancy new torch that he's just kind of looking at because he thinks it's a torch. He's still a little. Still a little out of it from his liaison with Arwen, and then kind of being out on the road. So that's where all of you start our adventure as we hit the streets. As you know, the journey phase is a whole phase in Adventures in Middle-earth. So we're going to roll on a bunch of tables, a bunch of charts. As you know, the journey phase begins by determining who will be doing what. You know that your journey is from here to Khazad Dûm, which is in Middle-earth terms a short journey. It is in our world terms a pretty long walk. But for people who walk everywhere or take exploding ponies, it's not bad. The pony that exploded at the beginning of the adventure when you first arrived. Sometimes
it was a donkey.
It was a donkey. Yes, you're right.
Exploding pony was another pub.
That's
exploding pony. Now, one of the things that is going to change a little bit on this particular adventure is Tyler. Your new class is Wanderer. So as a wanderer, you have an ability called Known Lands because you spent years roaming the wilderness and gaining knowledge about the regions of Middle-earth. Of course, you, Tyler, have not, but it's all coming back to you now, man. It's all just kind of there. So you have areas that you are very familiar with that will give you advantages as a guide, or will give you advantages on personal DC if you're in events. You also cannot become lost under normal circumstances in one of your known lands. You know at least one place in every known land where you can safely take a long rest. You have advantage on stealth in those places, and you're better at tracking.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that given kind of the history of these things, this area would be one of your known lands because you grew up around here, or at least someone did.
I downloaded a plane that did, yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to have some benefits here if you choose to be the guide. If you are the guide, then you lower the peril rating of the journey by 2, which will make all the rolls to figure stuff out easier. That said, Dell does have the power of Whiskey Dell. Right, which I do not want to understate in this world. So I'll leave that up to you, but you do have some benefit there if you feel so inclined. In terms of how these journeys go, sorry, I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I will shut up soon.
It's okay, man.
No. We need it.
Yeah, it's also, I know it's only been a week. It feels like 9 years since we last recorded. Right. So for the journey, we need, where did my journey go? There it is. There you are, Peter. All right. So you'll need to determine your roles. So to recap, we have the guide who's in charge of all decisions concerning route, rest, and supplies, relies on wisdom and survival. The scout, who is in charge of setting up camp, opening new trails, and focusing on stealth and investigation. Hunter, in charge of finding food with survival checks. And the lookout, who keeps watch with perception. As you'll recall, it's been a minute since we've done a journey, but those specific roles mostly come into play when you encounter events throughout your journey that might require you to roll against them. So you may take a roll and not actually have any impact on the journey. It may not come up, or it might be like, you can avoid this pillar of fire if only your lookout is keeping watch. That sort of thing.
Dang. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So no pressure, but don't fuck it up.
All right. Okay.
Well,
All right, well-
I vote Guy should be looking with his elf eyes.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. Del, are you sure you've got whiskey power though?
But I mean, the whiskey power usually it's like pulling me to a place.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
going to be like for navigation, right?
I
Oh,
think so.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I can do the. I can do elf eyes. I've got elf eyes. I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tyler, are you sure? You seem to know. Like I can see you looking around, and you seem to have a good sense of this whole place. And you can tell the guy's also being just like a little extra effusive because, like, I know you've given him the green light on not being interested in Arwen and everything else, but like, you know, it's still you guys are gonna be on the road for a long time.
Yep.
Everyone is uncomfortably aware of Denethea, just like lurking.
She's right over my shoulder. She's right behind me.
Gandalf is being no help at all. He's just like stroking his beard and staring off into space in a very like.
Oh,
or sorry, he doesn't have a beard.
Does he have a
He's
beard?
stroking his chin. He's stroking
Okay.
the just
Oh, that's
slight
back so
gray
fast.
stubble that is starting to appear on his chin, which just makes him look worse. Like now he looks like he's just coming off. He's just coming off a bender. He's just got like little gray stubble. Thank you for correcting the mental image. I was watching the movie earlier, and so I have like posterior in my head. That's not it.
No.
The naked mole rat is what we got. He's just stroking his naked mole rat chin.
No.
And YOLO is describing he is going to do all the roles. He's in the midst of explaining how he's going to do everything. So like he can just monologue away to himself.
Okay.
Yeah, I look at Gandalf and I just shudder because after hearing about how the hairlessness happened, it's a disturbing mental image anytime I look at his chin. You know,
Yeah, you can also feel him like scraping his fingers and looking at them, being like, and then he stops, but then he forgets and he goes back to trying. I speak from experience here. Anytime I've shaved my beard and I go to like stroke my beard, I'm just like, that's paper.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
awful.
watching and it's a bad sensory experience, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, great. Okay. So guy says, so you're cool with that, Tyler?
Yeah, that sounds great. I think you'd be great at it.
Yeah. Sounds good to me, bud.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, guys. All right. I'll means you can save your whiskey, Del.
Okay.
All right. So we've got Guy as our guide.
Oh, I thought he was our lookout.
Here's our lookout.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
his
sorry.
elf
I was
eyes.
so busy worrying about doing his voice that I didn't listen to anything you were saying.
That's okay.
You know?
That's okay. It was very good.
Okay.
Yeah. So with
That's it. I'm
Guy
nervous.
as our guide. So now I'm doing it with
Guy
Guy as
as
our
the
lookout.
Yeah.
Del, do you want to be the guide again? You did a pretty good job last time, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's booze, because if I don't have booze, I'm gonna get really stressed out and I'm gonna overthink it. But it seems like
I got you covered, buddy.
you do.
Tom, can I ask how much whiskey we were given?
You have I'm gonna say like because I mean the challenge is you have to carry it all because you don't have a pony or donkey available to you right now.
I'm going to get lighter as we travel.
Yes, this is true. This is true. I'm gonna say so. You still have a bit left from Goodberry's Goldberry. Jesus
By
Christ.
my note, I got a
yeah.
full bottle because I stole a bottle
Yeah,
and I had Goodberry's bottle.
Goldberry's bottle. Yes,
Oh,
you ever done a Goldberry?
Goldfinger's bottle.
Goldfinger's bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
How many gold fingers of whiskey is it?
99 does lift the bottles, I believe. So yes, you've got a full bottle. Because I guess Dell just drank at Tom Bombadil's place and left. So
Yes.
her whiskey was internal at that point. So yes, you've got a full bottle. And then from the last homely house, you've got like, I gotta feel like their whiskey's in like a fancy too tall bottle, you know, like the expensive vodkas and stuff that are just in like unnecessarily tall. I just think elven bottles would have to be fancier than like small. So you've got kind of like a cylinder with a like a long stemmed bottle of whatever passes for elven whiskey. I got to assume it's trash, but like really? Very expensive. So that's what you've got. So you know what? I gotta pull a name. I gotta pull a name for this. The name of the whiskey. The name of the whiskey is Yeet the Hobbit.
Yeet?
Yes, and on it is a picture of a hobbit, clearly named Yeet, who is laughing with a glass in hand. And it's clear that they took the label off the bottle and put it on a fancy elf bottle. So it's clearly like, if you think like of a Crown Royal bottle or something that's like very clearly like shaped like a heart or something, it's that style of label that has been reaffixed to a fancy elf bottle.
Okay. So like those big bottles would be how many like typical whiskey bottle sizes? Like
the minutia of this is so
why
funny.
do you ask? I guess
because I got like one bottle, and then I have like another like ginormous bottle. So
the fancy elven bottle is the same amount of volume. It's just in a worse container.
It's just in like a bottle, like a
rich
drawn by Dr.
I'm picturing this giant like tube. I'm like carrying or something. All right, okay. So
it's not an over the shoulder cannon. It's just you have 2 bottles of whiskey. There we go. Right. We'll find out what you do with those after this commercial break.
Oh my God. Didn't make it.
So as we've established, Adam, it is 2 bottles of whiskey.
Yes.
No jarros. There's no whiskey in the jarro, just in the bottle-o, but you have 2 of them. What would you like to do?
Well, I just wanted to know how much whiskey I had. I guess I'll give one to Dell.
Jesus Christ. Was that like 30 minutes of deliberations on how much whiskey we have and you were just curious?
You got to plan ahead.
I mean, in the books, it's mostly Legolas who stops to be like, let me tell you about the genealogy of this leaf. But I feel like you've claimed that for you. I like it.
Yes.
I like it. I like that role for you.
Well, I'll pass one. I'll pass the Yeet the Hobbit whiskey to Dell. And I'll be like, here you go. I can hold on to the bottle if you want, but you drink as much as you think you do need. And I'll be the hunter.
Okay. All right. Good.
Just to move this along.
Yep. Good. Yep, I like that. We are making decisions. I'm going to be the scout then. Great.
Okay.
I love that. All right. I guess bottoms up.
Get inspired.
Yeah.
And Denethia just looks at this and says, it's kind of rude. I'd also like to be inspired.
No, this is like a guide, scout, hunter, lookout thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well,
there's no fifth thing.
I'll join Dell on the guide team then, unless there's a problem with that. Is there a problem with that?
Are you asking me or all of us?
Yeah, who are you talking to?
Well,
I'm chugging and then like,
she points to you, Dell, because she's like, if she's the guide, it would seem to me that she's the one to ask about such. It seems like none of you are familiar with how journeys work and adventures in Middle Earth. If we're adventuring in Middle Earth, you seem unfamiliar, but the guide makes all the important decisions. So I guess I'll ask her, unless I should be asking you, Pointy Hat. And Gandalf says, oh, no. In this case, I think it is best that we trust my apprentice and show her due respect. And Dorothea's like, right, of course, respect for the apprentice. Well, Madam, slightly smaller Pointy Hat then. Could I be joining you on the guiding, or do you want to do that alone with your magic search and juice?
It's burning.
Right.
The aftertaste is worse. I need more.
Wait, is that Yeet the Hobbit? Y'all's like, what?
It's not good.
No, of course it's not. That's swill. That's what Elrond thought you wanted to drink.
Okay, you want to
Here,
join me,
she pulls
big lady?
a flask out of her side bag and says, "Here, this is the best Gondor's got to offer. I bet it's better than anything those pointy ears would give you."
And I'm tradesies. I will tradesies the Eat the Hobbit for this flask, and then drink whatever's in this.
This isn't good enough for my horse. All right, and this burns the right way, Del. But unfortunately, now you have swigged a significant amount of whiskey. You took first whiskey. You're drinking whiskey like a hobbit has lunch. Like you had whiskey, and then you had remove the bad taste whiskey, and now you're having. I want to see if this is good whiskey.
Yeah.
So can you please roll me a Constitution save? And you can roll it at +2, please.
Do I have inspiration?
Sure, Del. I'll give you a point of inspiration.
Whoa.
Being back.
Nice. Welcome back.
Oh, that's so much better. 17.
17. All right. This is, it turns out the rule of 3 is correct, and third whiskey is the one that settles your stomach inexplicably.
Because it was swimmy for a minute. It was like we were getting into Ralph territory, but we pulled it back. We're good. We're settling.
Nice. Okay.
Great. And Yellow says, "So like, is this Yeet guy?" He's like looking at the bottle now. Danathy is showing him the bottle. He's like, "Is this Yeet guy like? Do you think he's?" What, I'm gonna have to be a champion of industry. Do you think he's should I like talk to him? Do you think, new Frodo, should I talk to this guy when we get back to the Shire?
Sure.
All right. Yeah. Can you start writing me a to-do list? That's something Frodo used to do. It's real helpful.
Well, between the two of us, we'll remember.
I'm wandering over to YOLO and putting my hands over his mouth, and I'm like, shh. I'm listening. I'm listening to the nature.
Oh, it's working.
I have to hear where I'm hearing it. Shh, shh.
And
the trees.
Denethia actually like grins widely at this and says, now I understand why you're the guide. And Del, there's no better time for you to roll a dice than this. Listen to the trees full of whiskey. Go ahead and roll me a D12, please. This is our embarkment roll. And a whole bunch of nonsense happens once you roll it.
I'm going in. D12, you say?
I do say.
All right. It's a 12.
Whoa.
Into the mountains. The trees into the mountains. Feeling the Pure Moods vibes.
Oh,
the Enya's coming to me.
God.
All right. So, turns out the whiskey works. Dealt with a 12, you get from Auspicious Beginnings. And so as you all set out from Rivendell, the company sets out upon a path that will likely show you wonders long since forgotten, or to dangers that most would quail at the thought of. But the auspices are good, and should the company be true, they will surely prevail. So as a result, you can add 2 to the rolls on the journey events table. Additionally, rolls made to determine the initial outcome of these rolls can be made with advantage. So basically what this means is you have better odds of something wild happening on your journey. But what you try and do when you encounter such wild things will be done at advantage.
Okay.
So Del, you're listening to the trees. Guy is standing just like up front, like with a foot on a rock, and his hair is just flying back out behind him, just majestically staring off into the distance. And he goes, yeah, that way, I think. And together you pack up and begin to go along, possibly seeing the road goes on, a very specific joke for 4 people. And you make your way along the path as you start out. So this is, as I mentioned, a short journey. So we're going to have 2 events along the way. And in order to determine that, I am going to roll a D12, and then I get to add some weird modifiers based on your stuff. This isn't me, Guy Bradford. This is me, Tom McGee, rolling just to
got it.
Be absolutely clear here. But you get a +2 on both of these to see what we encounter. So who knows? Maybe we will meet those painters again.
Oh God! Get ready, Tom.
Yeah, I was born ready. All right. So our first one is an 8, based on your stuff. Excellent. A fine spot for a camp.
Shit is easy.
Yeah, Tyler, as you are ranging, if you will, out ahead, through your familiar terrain, sure enough, it's just like you absolutely spot like a good little spot that you could all kind of like safely hide in. There's like it's a little bit sheltered. There's fresh water. More importantly, it is off the main path, which of course you've all been warned about due to those ring rascals floating around.
Oh, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way sort of off the side, and Tyler, you get to roll an investigation check as you come close to the site. You get to roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because of the benefits you get from Dell.
Thanks, Dell.
Yeah.
So that's a 19 and a 5. So we'll take the 19 plus 2 for 21 investigation.
Wow.
Incredible. So the campsite is all you could have hoped for and more. You get benefit of a long rest in addition to recovering a level of exhaustion.
As this is a swimming pool, guys.
Whoa! Welcome to Middle Earth Cribs.
They've got cable.
The guide will receive a +1 to their arrival roll.
Nice.
Okay. So I think it's safe to say that if we're looking for a good spot to camp, this is like you kind of been walking for the day. So is there anything you all would have wanted to discuss on your way to this camp? Any number of weird stuff could have happened on this roll, but since we rolled camp, that kind of brings us to the end of the first day on the road. So let's see if there's anything you wanted to discuss with each other as you go.
Did I hear you right that I could remove 1 point of shadow?
Exhaustion.
Exhaustion, not shadow. So keep the shadow score. Okay.
But Tyler, I will let you. Normally, this only happens in the fellowship phase, but I think
that's okay. I thought
no. Because we literally just started the journey, and you're coming from Rivendell, all of you are already super well rested. So I think I will give you an opportunity to shake this off, and I think the way I will justify it is. In one of those moments of your Middle Earth self clicking with your own brain, it's like finding this camp and settling into it isn't just like, oh, this is a nice thing for us. It has cable and a pool. It's also like it feels deeply correct. It scratches a bit of the Erev Isildur / Ranger brain for you in a way that almost like it feels like a real accomplishment, even though it's such a simple thing. So you can go ahead and roll against. I believe it's a wisdom save, please.
Okay.
Wisdom check, I guess we could say.
Check or save? How do you want to go?
Save. They just call it a check for some reason.
Okay.
It's confusing.
That's another 19 for a dirty 20.
All right. So, Tyler, how do you establish why this could work? But like, what is it about this moment lets you shake off the shadow that you've been carrying?
I think the
loss of Frodo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He's definitely dead, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I don't think I even thought that. I think I thought like he's lost. And I was very disappointed in myself. But no, I think it's the two brains coming together on like the satisfaction of a job well done of like, oh man, this is something that I'm good at. And I'm leveraging that for my friends. So that feels good. And I think there's a sense of peace where there is normally turmoil between these two personalities, these two identities who are fairly consistently at odds with each other, to work together for, I think like on a conscious level for the first time.
Right.
I think that is what this feels like. The sense of like, oh gosh, like not cooperation, something more than that, like tranquility almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Excellent. All right, and Dell and Adam and Tyler as well, for that matter. Is there anything you would have wanted to discuss on your way to this place?
I have been asking Denethia to help me with the guiding journey, both because I'm drunk, so now I'm talking to this big lady, but also to keep her away from Tyler, because I could tell that like she was like mean dog and Tyler a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I'm doing a lot of like, oh, I could see over these rocks, but I'm too short. If someone tall and strong would pick me up, then I could see and we could know where we're going.
Okay. I like this angle a lot. I think it's worthy of a roll to see exactly how well this goes. And so, Dell, I'm going to have you roll, I think probably, I think it's probably performance or deception. You can choose.
Okay.
But as you go to do this, the mists begin to swirl up around you.
Oh no.
On this important gambit against the lady who stabbed you in the leg.
That's all I'm thinking about is,
oh my God.
Bill seems to be one to spend a lot of time with that lady who stabbed her in the thigh.
But admittedly also is like a big warrior lady. So like there's lots of options on the table here.
Put a cigarette out on me kind of thing,
like
I guess.
trash Tyler, okay? I'm drawn to danger.
And we're going to find out exactly how that goes after this commercial break.
Oh my God.
Put my dice back down.
All right, Dell. Let's see what happens.
I'm going to roll a deception. Yes, it's deception. Oh, it's a 5.
Oh, here we go.
It's the whiskey power. It's powering me.
You roll a 5. It feels like a 15.
It doesn't roll.
Yeah. So, you know, you do your first like the things you're asking. I think what's happening is A, as you've established, you're attracted to trash. B, which is like slightly coloring all this, but also the things that your drunk brain is suggesting she help you with are so clearly things you could just be doing that she can only surmise you're flirting with her. Like she has no other option when you're like, I can't see over this rock. And Dorothy's like, oh, that seems like a real problem, little lady. Let me help you. And just like hoists you up. Like you're getting the full like Outlander if he was like a giant lady situation. And so as a result, she does leave Tyler the fuck alone because she is not helping you guide, but is very much enjoying the attention and like you know, as a like a big kind of rough warrior lady. Like this is very much a game she understands and that she can play. There are not many games she understands or can play. This one, she knows. So yes, you, the two of you play Oh Help Me. Oh, I suppose if I have to, just grumpy sunshine your way along for a bit.
And this is going to be a complicated thing once I come out of the drunk haze, because I think it's that thing of, I mostly have been staying away from her because I'm just like, this lady stabbed me. So then even just being close to her with this, it's like that buzzing feeling that you at first are like, ooh, this is excitement. And then you're like, no, this is my body saying danger, danger. It gets very confused, you know?
Yeah. Meanwhile, she is like, she's getting into like full charming pirate mode at this point where it's like she's pointing out the sights and like is very well traveled. You know, she's been looking for her brother. She's been like ranging far and wide to keep Gondor safe. You also get a sense, because this was a spooky success, that she doesn't get to talk to people very often. You know,
really?
There's clearly a sort of like very single-mindedness to the Gondorian soldiers that you met as Tyler's fucking really response indicates.
Sorry.
No, but correctly. So instead you're getting which will not help the post-booze glow. You're starting to get like more of a legitimate personality out of her because she's able to just talk about whatever instead of being single-minded. Also, as with the Lord of the Rings film that obviously none of you have seen because it doesn't exist except in the pocket of Gandalf right now. There's like New Zealand's fucking beautiful. There's some nice, like when you're not being actively hunted, it is like just an actively pleasant journey to be kind of wandering through, particularly with someone who seemingly hasn't seen it before, where you can explain things for the first time. So the two of you are getting along quite well, but you know, with the knife wound caveat and the tactical whiskey application.
And also, I think I was there when Gandalf was showing everyone the DVD cover.
Yes.
And she obviously pointed out that her missing brother that I also fridge horror murdered. So that's also in underneath the whiskey and everything. So, you know, we're having a great time right now. It's fine. I'm not walking into situations that are bad for me because I feel bad. Certainly not.
No, of course not. Of course not. I give you a point of inspiration for recognizing that, but it will be washed away with the whiskey. So great. So that's what you're up to. Adam, what would you be doing on the walk to this campsite?
Well, I'm the hunter, so I guess I'm also of two minds where, like, I mean, Adam, I've never hunted anything except for like comic books. But yeah.
So why do you have to lean in conspiratorially to the mic?
Wink. Yeah.
Don't let the swords on my wall fool you.
Yeah, there's all these football helmets over here you're not seeing off camera. Right.
Oh my god.
Three Porsches hanging behind me.
Oh god. Right. But then I guess there's the other half where hunting is natural. And it's like, well, I'm on a journey. We need food. This is how you get food. So I guess I don't know. I guess I'm like looking for squirrels or something.
Yeah. The good news is the event that we rolled doesn't involve the hunter on this one, at least. So there isn't a specific task that's kind of on your plate. The additional weirdness to this, I think, is like you're a dwarf. Dwarves aren't really in Middle Earth aren't really known for their like heading out into the woods to see if I can trap some dinner. So weirdly similar to, I guess, Tyler's situation, but in the inverse, both halves of yourself are equally kind of ill at ease with this. So yeah, you can be keeping an eye out for squirrels. Go ahead and roll me a perception, please, or survival. Up to you.
Ooh. I'm going to say survival because food will help us survive. Let me look at that. I don't see survival anywhere.
Oh yes, I haven't sent you your new sheet. My apologies. Go ahead with what's your wisdom modifier there, Adam?
Wisdom is 1.
1. All right, so go ahead and roll with a +3, please.
+3. Okay. All right. Okay, that be 11.
You do not see any squirrels, or really much of anything. It's one of those. I don't know how many of you have been on like nature watching expeditions where there's sort of like we're hoping we'll see this today, but it's nature, so maybe you just don't. Like I've been on whale watching things off the West Coast, and sometimes they're like, well, we're going to try and see some whales. But they're whales. Sometimes they just aren't there, and then we'll just have a nice boat ride. And we'll go,
no refunds.
Yeah, we'll go look at a rock full of seagulls, and that's what you get. So, you hear birds and such, but you're not really seeing anything you can trap and eat. And I think this doesn't put a huge burden on you or anything, but it is, I think, just one of those moments of like, I don't have this skill, and this is legitimately a difficult. Like this is a skilled.
Yeah.
Business,
but like if dwarves don't hunt, like what do they eat? Like rocks or something? Like what do they?
Nothing but rocks. Well, I imagine if you're living underground, they're probably raising like a bunch of and there may well be hunting parties. I just don't think the dwarf that you are inhabiting was like a go hunt for your meals.
I would think like livestock
kind of dwarf. Yeah, I can imagine livestock. I can imagine a lot of like things that grow in the dark. Mushrooms, root vegetables, that sort of thing. And yeah, there's probably people up near the entrance. I will admit, it never occurred to me how the dwarves of Middle Earth eat. I'm kind of conflating this with like the Dragon Age dwarven stuff, which is very like when they go outside for the first time, they just fall over screaming because they've never seen the sky, and it's like it's too high. There's no roof. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle there. But no, it's not to say the dwarves wouldn't be able to hunt. And also, again, like we're talking about the sort of majority dwarven areas in Middle Earth, like literally all humans. It's not like there isn't an amazing ranger dwarf out there who's great at catching stuff and super stealthy. It's just like the majority of dwarven, A, the dwarves are in decline at this point in Middle Earth, and B, it's just an area that doesn't really get covered. So I think it's less that you have no ability in this. It's just like you'd have to set traps, and like you're not just gonna like spot a squirrel and be like ha ha and hurl an axe. So it's less something you can't do, and more I think just realizing like, oh, this is something I might have to invest some time in. At which point, guy comes over and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Hey there, fellow. You're looking a little glum. You all right?"
Oh yeah, I was just looking for squirrels so we can eat them. But every time I think of killing something, I think of poor old Tony Dum Dum and him dying, and I think about hitting a squirrel on the head, and I think about how Tony Dum Dum got hit on the head. And
well, we could like shoot them with arrows. We don't need to drop signs on them. Were you gonna drop signs on them?
Well, I was gonna grab him by the tail and like smash him against a tree, but like I don't know. But then that made me think about Tony Dum Dum again.
I'm really sorry about your friend.
Me too.
You shouldn't kill squirrels like that. I have a bow. I can shoot them. In fact, and he narrows his eyes, and I rolled. He says, "There's one right there," and he's pointing at a rock.
Oh God.
Okay. Hey, tell you what, bud. Why don't I take a look at that squirrel there, and you go on the lookout.
Okay. Yeah. Good thinking. Yeah. Sorry, I think I'm still just a little bit distracted. This whole Arwen thing, and now we're on the road again, and just.
Oh right.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go look out. You go kill that squirrel, but don't like bash it on a tree. Can you just do it nicely?
You got it, bud.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna get it this time, squirrel. And then I'll like kind of kick it away. I'm like, oh, it got away. Oh no.
And with that, you continue on, and YOLO just watches this happen and says, "Yo, these guys are crazy, don't you think, Fro?" And he turns to his left and realizes there's no one standing there. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, these guys are crazy. Me." And with a little bit of a sigh, just kind of pulls his cloak around, winces a little bit at the unhealed Nazgul wound, and kind of hurries to catch up to you, which means he doesn't hear the whispered response to his query in the trees behind him, which just says, "Yes." And that's our episode.
Man.
This episode of Jesters of Middle-earth features the voices of Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside lore master Tom McGee. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Middle-earth's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dmitry Torres, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, whose music was provided by freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's dumdumdice.com/join. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lale, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Mickey Blake, Corpse Knight Silver, Adamir 101, The Dankler, Lady Destiny Stormbringer, Randall Eberly, the yes bud of improvisational comedy, Lord Taser, Funky Stevie, J. Robert the Mad Fox, Derek Wintenberg, Optimus Omega, the Workaholic Mr. V, LMX, David Friend of New Haven, Emilio and Minions, Fire on Friendly, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.